Hello, everyone. I am excited to be talking to you about our 8th grade trip to Costa Rica. I decided to go ahead and do a screencast for you instead of asking everyone during this very busy time to come in before school or stay for an evening meeting. So I hope this is helpful. I will probably go through information pretty quickly here, so please do ask me questions. So a little bit of background. Our trip to Costa Rica is historically always or always has run in March. So I'll tell you sort of about the dates that we have blocked out at this point. Next year's trip is going to be led by the beloved Miss B. She's been a couple times. She's very familiar with the itinerary and how things run. So while I won't be traveling on the trip next year, I'm doing all the planning, logistics, details for it. So happy to answer any questions you have. So I'm going to go through some information with you here. And then, of course, if you do have questions, again, send me an email or let's set up a time to sit down and talk about it, and I can kind of answer those for you. All right, so what I'm going to cover today. Obviously, I think everyone here at International School of Denver values travel. When we first opened the middle school, we really felt that for planning the 8th grade trip, we wanted something that was service learning, that was aligned with IB's mission and the mission of the school, and that also gave our students a capstone trip that was somewhat of a legacy, something that they could look back on and feel really good about. And that's why our tour in particular, half of the time is spent in service work. Our travel partner is EF. We have worked with them every year that we've gone to Costa Rica and have been extremely happy with our experience. They continue to be wonderful, and we have a local tour consultant here in Denver to handle any thing that we need. So if there's special travel arrangements, certainly any planning for, any issues that could come up, answering questions about detailed pieces of the itinerary. He's wonderful, local to us, and very responsive. We'll talk about what's included in the tour and what's not. And then there's a special incentive. So EF is offering us an early enrollment discount this week. So from today until next Thursday, there's an early enrollment offer for us. So I will explain that to you as well. Okay, so I'm sure that many of you 7th graders have heard from 8th graders about the trip, and I would encourage you to ask them about it and ask them what they loved about it. Why are we doing it? Like I said, it is something that we've always really wanted for our 8th graders, to be able to travel internationally and do something to give back to the community there. So here is what our basic sort of overview of the itinerary looks like. So we fly in to San Jose. We, from San Jose, transfer to the Central Pacific Coast. That area is called Playa Palo Seco, and it is where our service work takes place. After the Central Pacific Coast, we will then transfer to the Arenal region and doing some ecotourism and really wonderful and exciting activities there. And we do transfer back to San Jose to fly home to Denver. So let's dig in a little bit more to the first couple of days. So in San Jose, our tour director meets us at the airport. We have a full-time dedicated tour director. For the past couple of years, it's been the same gentleman, and he is really excited to hopefully be able to accept our itinerary for next year too. So he's very familiar with our school and our group, and he's very familiar with me and what I want from the tour. He's wonderful. His name is Gerardo. So once we meet our tour director at the airport, we'll stay overnight in San Jose. After that first overnight, we will then transfer to the area where we do the service work. We'll get to understand the mangrove reforestation project there. And in addition to some very hard labor, which you can ask the 8th graders about, it's wonderful, but it's difficult. We also get to visit Manuel Antonio National Park, which is a beautiful place. You see the picture up here of the beach. This is the beach there. There have been multiple sloth sightings in this national park, so it's always an exciting day for us. Okay, so once we are we have completed that service learning portion, we transfer to Arenal. Arenal is an area where there is a volcano, very famous, a beautiful area. And we visit hot springs here. We get to do the zip lining, of course, kayaking around the lake, which overlooks the volcano, hiking to La Fortuna waterfall. We also get to visit a coffee plantation in this region. And before the whole trip is done, we enjoy a folklore evening and a special dinner as kind of our last night in Costa Rica. So I mentioned EF and that we're so pleased with them. They're wonderful. So they're accredited. They are an educational travel company. So this tour is designed for students. So it is not just a tourism experience, but it is truly an educational experience. I have traveled with EF to Italy and Greece as well. And a group that I organized also did Ireland and Scotland with EF, and they're absolutely fantastic. They have a wonderful support team, and they really guarantee all of their offerings are offered at the lowest price possible. So it's a really great cost-effective option for us that delivers a really great educational experience. Over the years, we have determined that we really prefer to travel privately as opposed to being combined with other schools from around the country. So when we go to Costa Rica, we travel just with our group and we lodge just with our group. That way we can tailor the tour to what we want, and we also get to, for the most part, select our dates. So we have requested dates that usually start around mid-March and go to sort of the end of March. Those are potential dates, and then there's a travel window. So there's kind of plus or minus a day or two. So you'll see those dates listed here. So these are sort of our requested dates, and those are flexible. So if you as a family have a conflict that you know of right now for 2019, let me know because I can adjust these dates. I really want to make sure that our entire class is on this tour. So anything I can do to ensure that happens, please do let me know. With requested dates, we'll get official confirmation 110 days prior to departure. So that will be somewhere in early December that we'll know these are our exact dates of travel. EF offers something called WeShare, which is an optional sort of personalized learning platform for the students. I won't spend too much time on that right now, but it's just a neat little benefit that you get to do. And we can talk about that as it gets a little bit closer to departure. There's also college credit available. So you guys who would be sort of rising ninth graders, so current eighth graders next year, have the option of applying to do this. Again, if that's something that interests you, I would just connect you with EF and have them help you to get signed up and get that underway. All right, so with safety, which is always a concern, EF is absolutely fantastic. Again, we have a 24/7 bilingual tour director. We have a wonderful system where the ratio is 6 students to 1 chaperone, and we do have a 24-hour on-call service for us if we do need any assistance while we're in Costa Rica. Global travel protection is built into our tour. What that means is that we have an insurance plan for each student, and that's a part of the program price. You'll see it as I show you the tour breakdown. So that will protect us from tour cancellation, interruption, any accident, illness, lost baggage, delayed flights, things like that. So aside from the cost of the tour, what are some additional responsibilities that you have? That would be spending money, of course. So things like buying snacks during the week, souvenirs, things like that. We do require that the students tip our tour director, bus driver, and local guides. To make that easier, I collect that tip money ahead of time. So it's $10 per day, so $90 per traveler that I'll collect before departure, and then Miss B will handle all the disbursement of the tip money to the different people that make the tour happen in Costa Rica. Depending on which airline we're assigned to, there may or may not be baggage fees, so that's a possibility. And then I'm assuming most of our 7th graders have valid passports, but just in case, passport fees, or if it needs to be renewed, something just to keep in mind. Remember that with passports, you need to be sure that the passport is valid for 6 months after our return date. So it's a good time right now to take a look at your passport, 7th graders, and see if it's valid past 2019, just to be on the safe side. Okay, so program price includes everything. So this is round-trip airfare, all of our transportation, all of our lodging, all of the meals are included, all the tour guides, the payment for the entrance into different places that we go to. So as you can, I'm not going to insult your intelligence to read everything for you, but this can really add up. It can be very expensive if you were to try to put this tour together on your own or as a family. There are a lot of pieces that we need to have in order to make this work. So here's our program price. So the program price is $2,700 for the students. There is a fee for the private group. As more people enroll, that fee will go down. So right now it's in the 30 to 34 bracket. We're expecting that we'll have 40 students enrolled, so that amount will actually decrease. And the global travel protection is a one-time fee of $165. EF's special discount for us right now, they're offering $100 off if you sign up in this next week. And then the WeShare that I talked about is free, and all of the peace of mind that comes along with traveling with EF is of course included. So the total program price is $28.90. Now I want to also say International School of Denver contributes $1,200 per student. So in fact, your program price per student is $1,200 less than this program price. That amount that the school contributes will be contributed in September of the student's 8th grade year. So for budgetary reasons, that money needs to be applied in September when we come back to school. So for you guys right now, enrolling just takes the $95 deposit. You can pay on a monthly basis, and we'll talk about sort of the payment plan options here. There's also an optional donation page you can set up. So some people like to use this just so that grandparents, aunts, uncles, other family members can contribute for the student's 8th grade trip. If that's something you'd like to do, I can help you with getting that set up as well. Okay, so payment options. There's an automatic payment plan. Doesn't have any fees. So this is up to you. You can do it monthly or bi-weekly, and it's just an automatic debit from your checking account. Most parents tend to do this because it's just easy. You set it up and it's there. Some families choose to pay in full at enrollment, so you can pay the entire balance. Obviously, that means that when the school contributes the $1,200, then EF will reimburse you that amount. Or you can do a manual payment plan. It does require a $50 fee. Then you can pay for the tour on your schedule when you want to. In order to sign up, though, with manual payment plan, you do need to pay the $95 plus the global travel protection upfront. So it's the only sort of difference between manual payment plan and automatic payment plan. So we do have the 40 spots available for our current 7th graders. We're opening enrollment up today. And that early enrollment discount is going to close next week. Doesn't mean you can't enroll on the trip. It just means the $100 off will not be valid after April 19th. So in order to get signed up to be part of the tour for next year, there is a website here, which is eftours.com with a / and our tour number. You can also phone into customer service directly and tell them that you want to enroll on this tour number. They'll know exactly who you are by that tour number. So they'll know that you're from International School of Denver and you're enrolling on our Conservation in Costa Rica tour. If for some reason you cannot sign up this week, or there's another reason that maybe you wouldn't be signing up this week, please speak to me or Kelly and let us know, because obviously we want to make sure that the whole class is going to participate in this trip. We think it's really important. Okay, so I breezed through lots of information. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, you can go right to the website, you can call in, and we will provide more information to you via email as this gets closer. So I don't want to inundate you with things now, but we're a year out and it's a really good time to plan ahead and lock in the best price, which is why I wanted to send it to you today. All right, thanks guys so much for watching. 7th graders, Come and talk to me if you have any questions at all. Parents, again, please email or call me anytime. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great rest of your week.